Run.
For English teams in Europe so far. So let's just remind you then, it's Valencia 1, Arsenal 3, next Thursday from 7:15 here on BT Sport 2. At the same time, getting going over on BT Sport 3. You can see that one between Chelsea and Eintracht Frankfurt locked at 1-1. Oh, a good night, a nice way to finish. No wonder you're both smiling. Plenty more to come from Martin and John. Just to remind you, as soon as we come off air this evening at about 22:11, you can see the Rocky and Righty documentary. And actually, today would have been David Rocastle's 52nd birthday. I'm sure that's a scoreline that he absolutely would have enjoyed. As it was, the fans here today were in fine voice at the end because it was the third goal they were craving for in the second half. Aren't they important, Aubameyang and Lacazette, combining tonight to perhaps give Arsenal 1 foot in the Europa League final. Plenty more analysis to come. See you shortly.
On the victory, drama right until the end, but how massive could that goal that you just scored be?
Yeah, I think that goal hopefully will be important. We start not so good the game, but we had a good reaction after that, and I think today we played very well and we won this game.
Was it confidence or lack of confidence, a bit of nerves maybe in those opening exchanges that led to their away goal?
Yeah, I think so. We start the game with a bit nervous because we lost the 3 last games. I think that's normal. We are human. So, but after that, as I said, we had a good reaction.
Such a great understanding between yourself, Ozil and Lacazette. I mean, you set Lacazette up beautifully for that second goal as well. Do you feel that you've got a lot of that creativity going forward, and that is what will help you in this competition?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have a lot of qualities in this group, and we can go to the final. But we know that the next game will be difficult. And but if we put the same ingredients there, we will of course go through.
You mentioned that tough run in the Premier League, but of course you seem to come alive again in this competition in that first leg, starting so strong. How much will is there amongst this team to really make the final after what happened last year, and of course for you because you couldn't play?
Yeah, I think it's our target to reach. Now we learned a lot of last year errors, and this year hopefully we will not do the same.
Another tough game at the weekend, of course, because the other route is to finish in the top 4. How much will is there to finish the season well as well, and last home game as well? Yeah,
last home game, so we have to give the fans a win. I think that's normal, and of course we know it's tough. The Premier League is really tight for the 3rd and 4th place. So yeah, we will give everything to reach the qualify for Champions League.
Well done today. Thank you.
At the game, the swerve he gets on that curl, it's begging to be hit into the back of the net.
Give us your thoughts on the scoreline. I don't want to remind you too much, but you know how it feels against that opposition to be 2-1 up from the first leg and still get knocked out of European competition. How crucial do you think that third goal is?
Oh, vital, because they can breathe a little bit in what's going to be a very difficult atmosphere away from home of Valencia. It's almost the ultimate challenge, the way that the fans, the close proximity, the way they're almost on top of you. It's a really difficult place to go, but I think with that extra goal, they give themselves a chance. It's not done by any means,
just gives them
but it gives some breathing space.
Cushion, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're looking forward to standing pitch side at the Estadio Domestic in a week's time?
Cannot wait, really excited.
We're not going to hear each other talking, by the way. It's going to be so loud, but it's going to look good for you at home. I suppose the other crucial thing tonight is to talk about the sort of mentality that Arsenal showed going a goal down.
Well, that's character, and you have to show that. Every team will have to show that. I mean, credit Valencia. I think they've done the number on Arsenal really from set pieces. They know no one's really going to be picking up. It's zonal. It goes all the way to the far post.
It's still a poor goal to give away.
It is, of course it is, and that's the work that needs to be done on the training ground. This is what Emery needs to do now. It's routine, it's practice to make it better. He finds a way to win, though, and the character that the team showed at this point, because there were lots of mistakes, there was a nervousness, there was a tetchiness in the crowd. It was almost like the whole stadium had lost belief until this point.
This is a great goal, because it's Lacazette who puts Aubameyang through. I think he realises that they can't get the shot away. and the way that he twists inside and the way to pass into Lacazette.
Look at this run, John. Look at
It's a great run. Lacazette's clever because he knows he plays it in front of him. He can win in a foot race against the Valencia defender. But this is just real quality, and this is what the Arsenal front two give you. They're both real quality, and they both scored over 20 goals this season. The goals have been so pivotal for Arsenal, and let's just hope that they've not stopped.
Look at this for a ball from Xhaka as well, and again Lacazette heads the ball down, textbook finish. Good, really good quality, and it's coming from the front players because they give you that feeling of belief and hope.
It was the perfect response to going a goal down. Can I just briefly pick up on something you said at half-time? We didn't have time for me to ask you about it. You said that in the first sort of 10, 15 minutes, Arsenal didn't have the desire. Surely, in a Europa League semi-final against this kind of opposition at a full Emirates, they weren't lacking desire.
I didn't say desire. I said the defenders didn't show enough desire against Giacabbi to win that ball.
That's still the word desire, though.
Yeah, the defence. Yeah. The defence.
Right.
I thought everywhere else around the park, I think the front two all night were fantastic. They showed fantastic desire. Arsenal, the tempo, the way they started the game, wasn't good enough. They were on the back foot. They were conceding opportunities to Valencia. They could have been 2 or 3 goals up. But I mentioned the desire of defence to defend that ball back from Rodrigo. Giacabbi wins that header far too easy.
These are big nights, though, and you've got some young lads, Maitland-Niles, out there. They needed time to wake up, and the tie could have almost been over.
Yeah.
It was a reprieve for us.
Do you think it's a desire thing or not?
I think sometimes it's linked to them uncertainty of not knowing where to be. Certainly the set pieces and the movement that the Valencia were making, expect the unexpected, really, as a defender. And I think Emery knows now that the team's got character, it's got personality, but he does need to fine-tune things from a defensive point of view.
It was a dramatic old night, wasn't it? Because with 5 minutes to go and it's only 2-1, we were all getting nervous about 7 days' time out in Spain. And we were sort of extra nervous because Arsenal had those opportunities. They had
Congratulations on the victory today. How much better does 3-1 sound compared to 2-1?
Yeah, of course, 3-1 is better. We know it's going to be hard in the stadium, so as many goals we can score is better for us. So, of course, 3-1 is better than 2.
2 goals for you. It could have been so much more. How frustrating was it every time you had those opportunities? Because you had 2 really good ones.
Yeah, I had 2 good balls from my teammates, so thank you for them. I could score the third one to be better with the team, but unfortunately I didn't score. But thanks to Oba to score the third one.
Yeah, great performance from you anyway. In terms of the character this team showed, how strong is kind of the will within this team to do well in this competition, particularly after going down so early?
Yeah, we conceded the first goal. We knew they were good on set pieces. In this moment we concede too many goals in set pieces, so we have to be careful at the second leg. But the team show good character, we react well, and that's a good thing for tonight.
How much does this competition mean to these players?
Of course, it's really important. We want to go Champions League. If we win, we go straight. But as well, it's a trophy for the club, so we want to win and go Champions League next season.
Another big week and a half, season-defining really, because you could still finish top 4 and you could be in the Champions League final. Sorry, Europa League final.
Yeah, we want to finish top 4 to be sure to go in Champions League, and if we can go in final and Baku with all our fans, it must be good.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Well done. That would be some finish to the season to still make the Champions League final, wouldn't it? Let's talk about the fact that the goals get all the headlines, but something that you both really enjoyed tonight is the fact that their success, both Lacazette and Aubameyang, for all those lovely finishes, it's actually built on hard work, isn't it?
Having that 3-1, yes, Valencia have got an away goal, but it still means Arsenal go out there, they'll be favourites with the 3-1 advantage, of course. They will have a really, really difficult game, but it's a big 3-1 is just a really good result to take away from home.
That third goal is so important, and Valencia, in fairness, I thought they were trying to settle for 2-1. Yeah. It's backfired on them big time. Still, of course, Arsenal got some work to do in this tie. Those 2 front players have to play, and already now he's turned and look at the selection. The 11 that finishes that game should start the next one. I've actually thought it was better, really, than maybe the team that started. Take nothing away from Özil in his performance early on, but you're going away now to a very difficult away game, and that planning has to start now.
Very good. So there you go, 3-1 to Arsenal. They take...